Rick Santorum stepped out of the race this week because of money, because of his family situation. He said it was just, I didn't want to deal with the debt. I also think he was facing very diminishing poll numbers in his home state of Pennsylvania, and he couldn't have that, you know, on his record, if you will, 2 losses there. So he got out of the race this week. Evangelicals are still leery of Mitt Romney. Will they coalesce around him? We've been seeing in these recent states a gradual, either he's splitting the vote with Santorum or losing by just a few points. Do you expect that?
Raymond, I think that
that
President Obama has tipped his hand. We knew he was the abortion president. He tried to conceal it and cloak it and act in a stealthy manner in the first couple of years, even though he was doing things that I and those of us who work on pro-life and pro-family issues found absolutely objectionable. He did it at a lower key level. That all ended when he told all faith-based organizations and the Catholic Church and other religions that you do this or else. You provide abortion-inducing chemicals or else. You will no longer be able to participate in health care. And so he tipped his hand. I think it was prematurely politically, because we all thought that would happen in a second term, and he would go after religion as no other president of the United States has ever done so. A war on religion, for want of a better word. He talks about the war on women. We're trying to defend women from the violence of abortion, which not only kills the child, but also causes, in many cases, significant psychological and other problems for the woman. Positive nonviolent alternatives to an unintended pregnancy. So that's the fight. He has now said, you know, with this coercion policy, and that's all it is, you either do this or you're gone.
And what do you make of the bishop's recent statement and real action items?
Very encouraging. I think the bishops have realized that religious freedom is under attack in a vociferous way by the Obama administration. You know, it's not the HHS mandate, it is the Obama mandate. Yeah. The news reports are he made the final decision, the buck stops there, and as we've seen with his courting of Planned Parenthood, an organization that does 330,000 abortions every year, no mention of that in his most recent video.
And you see this mandate as a kickback to Planned Parenthood, basically? The Planned Parenthood bailout?
It's part of the whole push. They'll get some of the women who will come there and get abortions. It'll be promoted very aggressively through what
and the contraceptive distribution and things.
It becomes a whole effort to say, if you're not promoting these things, because, you know, abortion is not health care. If you're not promoting, you are then, therefore, ineligible to participate in the American dream and in the American society.
Back to politics.
That's unbelievable. So I do think Mitt Romney, getting to your question earlier, is a very pro-life man, a pro-life governor. He, like many others, has had a walk towards the pro-life side, and we welcome that. You know, there are some. Ronald Reagan signed into law the legalization of abortion in California when he was governor. He became a magnificent pro-life president. And I think that Mitt Romney, you know, will be a very strong pro-lifer. And look at the alternative. You know, anyone who says, well, we'll wait out another 4 years and see what happens then. Given another 4 years, Barack Obama will be untethered by the belief that he has to run another election. He's already saying it's my last election. Yeah. He even said to the Russians the other day, be quiet, I'll have more flexibility after the election. Yeah. He will be, you know, already, the White House is a wholly owned subsidiary of Planned Parenthood and the abortion lobby. They say to do something, he does it. It'll be that much worse as Obamacare kicks in, as we see an unleashing of the culture of death, not just in the United States of America, but around the world. There are countries at grave risk of losing their pro-life laws. Right now, Rwanda. Yeah. We lost Kenya just a little over a year ago, thanks to the Obama administration's providing of huge subsidies to organizations that were promoting abortion there during their Constitution review. We will be funding, the U.S. taxpayer, one non-governmental organization after another to promote the culture of death. And the predictable outcome will be more abortions and more death and mayhem. One last thing. The court will be packed. You can be sure that the Supreme Court, that is a, you know, it's a 5-4 type of court with Kennedy usually being the swing vote. During the next 4 years, the next president will have probably at least one, if not more, opportunities to change the complexion of the court for the next generation. And if Obama gets that, he will pack it with litmus-tested pro-abortion jurists, as he has done already. And predictably, I would be very concerned about the so-called Freedom of Choice Act making a comeback, if not through the legislature, through the courts. And modest reforms like informed consent, the partial birth abortion ban, public funding for abortion, all of those things could quickly dissipate under the next 4 years. Be eviscerated and destroyed.
By federal fiat.
By federal fiat, right.